noticed that the creek that had tripped merrily in the spring had slowed to a mere trickle under the summer's unrelenting sun. I noticed that there was a squeaky board on the porch, but mostly I noticed how quiet it was at the cottage. That silence was like a balm. I reveled in it. During the weeks that followed, I told him about Angus, my horribly ugly Irish wolfhound. I told him about the wood I'd split, preparing for the winter to come, even though it was still August. I told him about the spring at the edge of my 18 acres. It gurgled along, even during the hottest, driest summer days, and fed the small pond. I told him about the vegetables from my garden that I froze for winter, and explained I liked freezing much better than canning. I told him that I liked crafts. I didn't say art, because I'd always thought it sounded pretentious to call what I do art. I taught art, but I'm more of a crafter. I brought Sam a small clay jar I'd made a few years ago. It wasn't one of my best works, but it was sturdy and honest, and in that respect, it reminded me of Sam. I told him that I liked Guinness more than Killian's. He offered to stock a case, but I assured him bottled Guinness wasn't the same. Only draft would do. I'd stick to Killian's in a bottle. Last week I told him about the month I spent hiking through Ireland during the summer of my college freshman year. And now he waited for tonight's one thing. I was 20 when I got married, I told Sam. Lexie McCain was using her sweatshirt as a makeshift blanket in the middle of the quad, cursing Robert Boyle, a fellow Irishman who was considered the father of chemistry. It hurt her heart to curse someone else who'd come from Ireland. Her father had instilled a great sense of Irish pride in her from birth. But the reality of the situation was simply that the subject sucked. Lexie had rapidly come to the conclusion that you were either a chemist or not. It didn't take any great insight to realize that she was not. "This seat taken?" She looked up. There in the dappled sunlight, she saw a cute guy with dishwater blonde hair standing. He sat down on the grass next to her without waiting for a response. She wasn't quite sure how to react. Men didn't generally seek her out. Her mother would have scolded her for undervaluing herself, but truth of the matter was, Lexie was ordinary, not ugly, but not beautiful, not rich, but not poor, not brilliant, but not a dolt. Though at this moment, staring at this strange, cute guy sitting next to her, she felt decidedly doltish. "What on earth are you studying that makes you growl like that?" he asked. Chemistry. It is the bane of all things holy, and probably some unholy things as well. The guy's hair was on the longer side and was already receding, though he couldn't have been older than his mid-20s. "Julian McCain." He grimaced as he said his first name. "I go by Lee now. I would have in school as well, but Mom and Dad shelled out for a good Catholic education and the nuns didn't hold with nicknames." He waited, looking at her expectantly. There was nothing to do but introduce herself as well. "I'm Lexie McCain, Lee. My mother tried to make me an Alexis, but the name just wouldn't stick. I've always thought I was more of a Lexie." "Lee McCain and Lexie McCain. They fit. I mean, if we got married, we'd share monograms." He laughed at himself. Lexie couldn't help but laugh too, though normally, if someone else had mentioned marriage within seconds of introducing himself, she'd have been put off. But there was something about Lee McCain that couldn't be put off or ignored. There was something infectious about his chuckle. It dared you not to laugh too. "So, Julian, you're not overly fond of the name?" He sighed. "It was my grandfather's name. I was the second son. My brother is John, named after my dad. I got Grandpa. John won the family name lottery." He grinned as he made the proclamation, and Lexie found herself laughing again. "Your parents gave him that name. There's nothing much he can do with John. But you gave yourself the name Lee. That's a powerful thing. Naming yourself is rather like charting your own destiny." "I never thought of it like that." "Looking at something in a new way."